Hi everyone, thanks for coming in again and being great support for us over the last 12 months. We've got a nice little phase we're going through at the moment with some new players coming into our group. So before we introduce the 8 new ones to you, just want to recognise our sponsors that have been on the journey with us all the way through, and really thrilled to let you know that Hyundai, who were our major sponsor last year, are continuing as a co-sponsor this year for 2018. So I'd like to welcome Martin to say a few words on behalf of Hyundai. Thanks, Martin.
Thank you very much. Well, here we are again. We're looking forward to the 2018 season. We wish the girls well. We hope that they'll perform as well as they did last year. And really, there's nothing much more to say than that. So, well done. Thank you.
Good on you, Martin. Thank you. Really happy to say also that Bond University last year, who were our coaches sponsor, have now moved into a co-sponsor role as well, co-major sponsors. So I know Sam Shiphorst is here from Bond Uni, so welcome Sam. Thanks for your ongoing support for female footy in Queensland and the Brisbane Lions, so well done mate, thank you. Also Oz Traffic are back on board again, and that's Carolyn and Martin, who have been around our team quite a bit over the last summer and have been a really strong part. So you'll see Oz Traffic on our shorts this year. The Icon Group, Epic Pharmacies, Kathy and Stu, who have also been around our group constantly over the last 12 months, they're continuing on. And this year we've added one more sponsor to the group, which is our coaches sponsor, the Coffee Club. So you'll see that logo get to our collars when we get our new apparel, but Coffee Club are part of our sponsorship group as well, as both the men's team coaches sponsor and the female team's coaches sponsors. So I know Matt's here also, so thanks for your support, Matt. Thank you. So yeah, that's our sponsorship group. I'll introduce you to the players now. I think that's the next part, so let's roll in. Jordan Zanchetta was our first pick at number 7, our round 1 pick. So, Jordan, yep. Welcome. In you come. Been on Media Street for the last day, so in she comes again. Congrats again, footy. Jordan comes from the Yeronga South Brisbane Football Club. She's been one of Queensland's best midfielders for the last 3 or 4 years. Unfortunately did her ACL in May 2016, which ruled her out of last summer. So we've been sort of dying to get her back into the group and back into our midfield group. Really good buddies with Emily Bates and Kate McCarthy and that crew that formed such a big part of our midfield group last year. So she comes in, they're all very familiar with the way she plays, and she'll be a great addition to our group. So welcome to the club, mate.
Thank you.
Good job. So our second round pick was Ariana Clark. Ari's been part of the under-18 program for a long time now, also played for Coolangatta at a very young age, at 16, and played the last 3 years there. Has played in a premiership with Coolangatta in 2016, was Queensland captain this year for the under-18s, and has been an All-Australian player this year also with the under-18 program. Also a member of the inaugural Women's Academy at under-18 level, and great leadership skills. A very good defender, very strong and courageous overhead. Eventually we hope that she'll get through our midfield as well, but to start off with, I think you probably expected to see her down back a bit. At number 23 was Renee Cowan, and great to add a bit of experience to the group in terms of life experience. Yes. Renee's a 28-year-old. She's taken to footy quite late, coming from an athletics and soccer background. Grew up in Lismore. Has played at Yeronga South Brisbane for the last couple of years. First made an impression on us in the Quaffle Grand Final last year, 2016. We thought, who's this player that's bobbed up? Did a really good job in defence there. We added her to our train-on group last year across the summer. She's very familiar with the players in our group and should slot in quite easily in some capacity this year, probably as a rebounding defender. Very sure with her hands, picks the right times to attack the footy and get off her opponent, and is going to be a really good defender for us, I think, in the years to come. So, number 4, Kalinda Howard, also one of our under-18s from this year. Welcome, mate. Good job. Kalinda's background is that she's played football for the last 4 or 5 years, come through the Gold Coast Juniors program, has played senior football for Coolangatta, played a lot of state football at under-18 level as well. Kalinda's skill set as a forward and sometimes midfielder she'll do things in the forward line that you won't expect. She's got very, very good basic skills, but she's also got extremely good X factor as well. So she'll try things that sometimes the coach will agree with, and sometimes the coach might get a bit cranky with, but the fact that she's actually got that X factor to a game makes her a really valuable commodity to our team. So we can't wait to see her out there running around. We've got another one down there who's a left footer, Jess Wushner, who's similar. So we think we're going to have some really good firepower in our forward half this year. So welcome to the group. Emma Pittman from University of Queensland. She was taken at pick 37. Congrats, mate.
Okay. Thanks so much.
Emma's come from an elite soccer background, has played some W League with Brisbane Roar. She's taken to football in the last 2 or 3 years and didn't really know where it was going to take her, but all of a sudden worked out that she was pretty good at it. Played mainly across half-back and through the middle of the ground, and for someone of Emma's size, she actually plays very well above her head and is not afraid to attack an aerial contest. Very sure above her head, very good foot skills on the way out. And like most soccer players that come to AFL, got a really good understanding of how to sweep behind the play and take the ball out the other side when we want to rebound and counter-attack. So Emma's got a really good skill set that she can bring to AFL, and we can't wait to get her in the team. So congrats, mate. Ruby's taken at pick 41. Congrats, mate. Also come through the Gold Coast program and also been in our under-18s Queensland program for a lot of years, played a lot of senior football also again with the Coolangatta Football Club. Ruby's, as a player, is a particularly good reader of the play in defence. Again, small defender and sometimes midfielder. We think as she gets older and develops her endurance, she's going to be a really, really good midfielder, but that's down the track a bit. But at the moment, she's an exceptional reader of the play in the back half. Again, plays above her size and is very good overhead, very courageous, and as always, won the agility at the recent combine as well. So got some really good leg speed, got great agility, takes it well in the air overhead and can use it by foot really well on the way out. So really looking forward to having Ruby in the team in a variety of roles. Could be down back, could be in the middle, might even be forward, but I think small defender's probably where she plays the best footy, so welcome to the group. Well done, Ruby. Next pick up was Sophie Conway. Sophie's from the Zilmere Eagles in Brisbane, and is also the first Brisbane Lions Women's Academy member to come through and be a Brisbane Lions women's player. Also, Sophie's older brother Isaac was a rookie at the club here in 2014, so again there's a family connection there with the Brisbane Lions. Sophie has also come from an elite hockey background, so this year probably got to the point early in the year where she had to decide which direction she wanted to go, and we're really, really happy that she chose AFL. She plays AFL like an elite hockey player. She's got really good balance over the ball. She can find her way through traffic and deliver really well. Also likes to run and carry. Also likes to sell a bit of candy every now and then and get around people. So all those sort of things. That composure with the ball is going to be really valuable for us. Very, very skilled and balanced player, and we can't wait to get Sophie into our group. So, congrats.
Thanks, mate.
Well done, mate. Good
Cheers.
job.
Thank
you. And last but not least, Jessie Keefe, who comes to our team, and I've forgotten what pick it is, mate, but I'll just have a look at my notes, but it was 49, I think. 48. There you go, pick number 48. Jessie clearly is either a key position player or a ruckman. And she's come into footy quite late. Her older brother Lachlan has been at Collingwood for the last few years. You might be familiar with Lockie, who came through the Queensland Talent Pathway as well. Jessie is a developing player, a super athlete, and she has rocketed up the charts this year in terms of her footy development. So we're hoping to continue that. Got lots of parts to a game that we need to keep developing, but as a ruckman primarily to start with, she's already got a super skill set for that. So really excited about bringing you into the team, and got lots of improvement left in you, and can't wait to go on the journey with you. So cheers. Welcome to the club, mate. Good job.
Just financially, mate, is there more sponsorship dollars this year?
A little bit more, and clearly the club's found it easier to attract sponsors, given that this time last year there really wasn't a whole lot to sell in terms of our group. What was going to look like? Was anyone going to actually watch us on TV or come to games? So I think that's made it probably easier for the club.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a benefit of that good season, isn't it? But I know it's probably just the general exposure as well.
Yeah, I mean the competition's exceeded everyone's expectations, so we need to ramp that up and take that to another level this year. Got some new clubs joining the competition in the following year, and then another 4 the year after that. So the expansion's going to come quickly. The quality of football will need to keep pace with that, and we're absolutely certain with the group that we've just drafted that we can enhance our own group.
With the locals, I mean, was that a deliberate decision?
It's part of it, yeah. I mean, our QWAFL competition, we think is the second best outside of the VFL, who have got a lot of depth, a lot of players in that competition. One day we'd like to strive for our local comp to be the best in Australia, but we're really comfortable with the standard of footy that goes on there. So therefore the players that we select out of there, we know that they can cope with that level of pressure, and it's just a matter of developing and stepping up to the next level. So we're pretty comfortable with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a problem for the boys, hasn't it, with the guys that wanted to go home?
Yeah, I think it has, but I think that's been stemmed now. I think Brisbane Lions is a place where people really want to play football, whether you're male or female. So it's definitely got some real excitement around the place at the moment.
So with the new talent pool coming in this year, how do you think it's going to help you go one better than last year?
I think it's dangerous to actually talk about that from the outset, because every club's probably got better in the last day with the people they've brought in. Our club was built on an ethos of sharing the load, not relying on one or two individuals, getting some output from everyone in the group. They bring a lot more to the table than just their football ability also. That's been the strength of our little club within a club, I guess, that we've had a lot of contributors, great spirit. The girls play with great intensity. And I think anyone looking from the outside, win, lose or draw, is pretty impressed by what how the Lions girls actually go about it with some real intensity and spirit, and you can tell that they're leaving nothing out in the ground. They're really having a go.
And with a lot of younger players coming through in this draft, how important is it for the older players in the team to sort of set the standard and show the direction?
Yeah, we're really lucky again that our leaders are a super group of people, that they lead by example. I don't think any of them think that they're necessarily walk-up starts either, so they're the ones there holding on to their own positions but guiding the way in the same breath. So the reaction yesterday to the people that we drafted and the things that they've written on social media, they're ready to embrace the new group and bring them in and make our team better. So their response has been super, but I sort of expected that.
You're going to wear a target this year, aren't you?
Yeah, a little bit more, yeah. Although straight after the draft yesterday they gave us a B rating, which is stock standard for the Melbourne media. They don't mind not knowing much about what we've got, and we're happy with that. So we'll just keep developing our own little way without fanfare. We'll just get the work done across the summer and get ready to shock them again next year. Yeah, I mean, like at the launch last year, there was that belief, within the four walls that you could do something special. If you did do something special, and yet they continue to write you off. Yeah, that's okay. We can go with that. It's actually a nice, it's a nice little carrot for us across the summer to really drive the group. I think Queensland AFL footballers are always in the back of their minds searching for a bit of respect. And the female group are no different, and I think that concept that all the media is fairly Victorian-centric probably starts to grate after a while, and you've got that inner burn to get out there and prove them wrong. So we're really happy with that.
And how important is it for the academy to get a player in this year?
Yeah, it's a great start for the academy. It's quite a new concept with our talent pathway that the two AFL clubs look after a group of players. But to get one through immediately is a super result for the academy. The next couple of years will be challenging for both groups because we've got one club that's building and getting ready to join the comp, and we've got one group that wants to sustain a pathway for players and remain, somewhere near the front end of the ladder. So there's going to be some challenges to keep the talent coming through, but to get a nice starting point and to have a role model, if you like, for the younger ones to aspire to and say, she did it, there's no reason why I can't. I think that's really valuable. This would be a relief for you, I suppose, after what you've been through?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, last year being injured was pretty disappointing, but injuries happen. We've just got to push through that. So very excited and grateful for the opportunity that I'm finally here.
I see the coach sort of deliberately kept you close to the group last year.
Yeah, I had a lot of support from the Brisbane Lions, which was really good through my rehab process to try and get me back fit and strong, and I'm ready to go this year.
You speak to the guys, I mean, when they go through a serious injury like this, it affects them mentally. What did it do to you?
Yeah, it really does. As much as it is physically, it's a very mental injury you've got to push through. Obviously, you learn a lot about yourself. You go through, there's some tough days, but then you realise why you're doing it. You love the game, and you just want to get back to playing it.
And injuries 100% gone now, ready to...
Yeah, we're all good. Yeah, I worked really hard on my rehab. I'm fairly confident within my knee and to get out there and attack the footy.
Jordan, just a question for Lions TV. What was it like hearing your name read out in Melbourne yesterday?
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. I mean, with so much talent, and to be first picked, yeah, it was very surreal. I'm very privileged and I'm very grateful for the opportunity.